Hello, and welcome to another episode of Color Commentary. My name is Glenn Whitmore, and I'm a 30-year plus veteran of the comic book industry. And in this series, I review and reminisce about an old comic book that I colored. This series is sponsored by Captain Clockwork, the greatest hero of all time. Now available on my Big Cartel site, captainclockwork.bigcartel.com. So check it out if you like old-fashioned retro sci-fi superhero action. Today's episode, Superman number 37. And immediately, of course, you can see the homage to Jack Kirby done by Jerry Ordway. And great job on the homage. And very faithful. And Jerry, I believe Jerry did the color on the cover, and this line work here. I'm guessing this line work. There's like little burst lines here, and I'm guessing that was like some sort of letraset or zipatone or something that he laid down and he cut out. So anyway, there you go, and the Superman guys were always looking, drawing upon the Jack Kirby influence in terms of the Fourth World stuff, always going to that well, and this comic was no exception. So we begin, and here's my coloring, very moody purples and grays, and we've got Jimmy Olsen here, and I use white to frame Jimmy there, white sheet. And we have somebody approaching here in a cape, and the big reveal, of course, is Superman himself. I think I spec'd in that logo there. I don't know about the story title, but if you think about it, like I wanted to keep the element of surprise, I guess, or it was a good pick to do this dark blue for the cape, just to give the reader a momentary pause of maybe it's somebody other than Superman, but then it turns out to be Superman. Anyway, we got a flashback panel here, and here I could have gone with brighter colors for the flashback panel, but I was in this mode of using grays for flashbacks, and I don't know. I think I got that from another comic book that I'd seen called Video Jack. And there were flashback sequences in grays, shades of gray. But anyway, so there you go. Side lighting there. And pretty easy stuff. So easy you can't mess it up. And that was one of the benefits of Jerry working over Jerry Ordway's stuff. He made it so clear and so simple you couldn't mess it up. Here's a panel where I could have used some lighter colors on the faces of some of these buildings, especially the one face of the building, to pop out Superman flying Jimmy here. I could have used like a pale orange or a pale yellow just to pop out that silhouette a little bit better. And here we have a scene in Lois's apartment, and I believe I referenced it. I referenced it from the Man of Steel miniseries that John Byrne wrote and drew. But so anyway, white was like the perfect color to frame Lois and Jose. Lots of open, kind of white space. It's not a moody scene, but You know, it's a brightly lit apartment. Then we go back here outside. We got Superman, Flying Jimmy. And here's more pages that you couldn't mess up even if you tried. Did some nice lighting here. And some blue rim lighting. And this page, I guarantee it was easy money coloring this page here. So, and now we're in whatever this place is called, I forget. But Double X, he's a Kirby character, here in this fourth world underground laboratory, and there's that dreaded pink that Carlin sort of didn't like, but I missed Jimmy's tongue here, or the separator did, I forget who, but there were times I'd put Superman. I should have left Superman's cape in red instead of adding the cyan to make it more red-brown, so. But anyway, these were fun pages. They were very simple. I kept it simple here, like the only muted gray tones are on Double X's skin tone. I could have put that machine in like a pale yellow. That would have worked better. That would have popped Double X's head out more. I guess I was in love with this idea of using gray, lots of grays and purples, and the colorists from the Bronze Age and the Silver Age had the right idea. They really limited their color palette and made it very simple. The Guardian, I put a pale yellow on his uniform. I don't know why I did that. He would have popped better if I used a solid yellow. So, but I used some solid yellows on the helmets, though, on his helmet panels where the helmet was. But like here, I could have used green instead. I could have used like a pale green. That would have. It would have popped a little better, Jimmy in his customary dark green. He might have worn that he might have worn those colors in the Fourth World series that Jack Kirby drew when he took over Jimmy Olsen years before. So. Here we go. Surprisingly, a crowd scene where I didn't do knockouts. I actually took the time. And, Carlin was always encouraging me to do rim lighting here. And in the old newsprint days, you could get away with hard transitions. They looked a little softer on newsprint than you couldn't. Like a transition for this would look a little more awkward if you did it digitally, because digital is a little more unforgiving. The edges are harder. The colors are just solid colors. There's no dot screens, but the dot screens make it all. They make it all. I don't know. They make it better. Here I'm using green because it's a bank, and banks deal with money, get it? So, more of the bank scene, still in green, and Jose. Solid coloring job. It works. And here we've got this nice panel here. We got the Newsboy Legion in silhouette, backlit by yellow, and then Jimmy in blues and purples in the shadow. And here we go. Here's lit by a, always looking for opportunities to knock out figures. And, very simple color scheme. Pale blue, pale yellow, solid blues. Here is one of those panels where I look at and I'm scratching my head. What the heck was I thinking? The figures and the background are the same color. And why that happened, I don't know. How that got by everybody, I don't know. I could have used like a pale orange to pop these figures out, So I failed as my job to separate forms. So here we go. Here we got the whiz wagon here, and I could have used like a pale yellow for the floor, and that would have popped the whiz wagon out a little bit more. Nice silhouettes as they're crawling through the air vents. And I guess I had in my mind that the Cadmus underground complex should be pink. And one of my pluses or minuses, depending how you look at it, was my philosophy was, once you established something as a certain color scheme, you just stuck to it. Just scene after scene, year after year. So anyway. But here's some knockouts. And knockouts again on the same page. So you could get away with this stuff in the newsprint era, but you can't get away with it now. Like in digital, that just would look all flat. Because, so anyhow. Here's a really nice page that I was really happy with when I looked at it again. Things are starting to get really exciting, so I'm using like yellows, to hype up the action a bit. They're just very basic colors, and that's all you needed. And here they go into this weird, kind of weird dimensional kind of a thing going on. And this is very reminiscent of Nick Cardy, this hallucination thing that's going on. Knocked them out in purple here, but now we're looking them through the green glass, and so I knocked them out in green. And they're underwater. And here I did a good thing. This is where they're going to eventually land, so I made this shape pop out, so anyway, here I knocked the figures out in green, but then above the windshield, they're in their normal colors. So they're outdoors in daylight. Superman gets blasted. Light yellow shape, outlining the dark shape of Superman getting blasted there. So let's try to wrap this up soon here. Here's another one of those instances where Superman's heat vision would just be his eyes turning red, and then you would see the result of the heat vision. You wouldn't see the actual beams coming from his eyes. Or when he was using his X-ray vision, there wouldn't be beams coming from his eyes. It would just be, you would see these two circles seeing what he was seeing. And finally, let's wrap it up here. On the final page, just pretty good basic solid color. Nothing much more to say about this. Like I said, it's Jerry Ordway. It's really hard to mess this up. Although I should have made the Guardians yellow, the solid yellow that would be in Superman. So there you have it. Superman number 37, or Superman's ex-pal, Jimmy Olsen. If you like this video, give it a like. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. And please stay tuned for more color commentaries, and we'll see you on the next episode. Take care.